Hello, Sunday night, Diana the Happy Lawyer, and I'm very happy today. This is like my second episode in a row where I'm on the move because it's just too beautiful to stay home and wait. And I have the fan blowing on me, so I look like I'm really in Hollywood with the fans. It's just that it's so hot out that I'm melting. But what are you going to do? Sometimes things are hot. So I am at my friend Linda's house. As you can see, she just bought a new, beautiful home. How could I want a Grace home to be sitting in my, although it would be air conditioned, instead of being here. And of course, there's Linda. I don't want to catch her off guard. There she is. Linda Ferranti. I'll be speaking about her momentarily. So last week's show was about sometimes plans don't work out, and it's okay. Go with the flow, move along. And I encourage you to just be, casual, go with the flow this week, and hopefully you did that. Hopefully, if something happened that was a little rough, not what you planned, that you kind of just went along with it and said, okay, I'm all good to go. Hey, Charlie and Ginny, oh my gosh, more people from my history. So amazing. And I'm going to be talking tonight about, sometimes it's so hot, like it's been for the last couple of days, and you just can't get away from it. The heat just keeps coming. You can't turn that heat down. And I was thinking about that, and what is heat caused from? Right today, it's caused from the sun beaming down on us. But let's see. Ta-da! Now I'm like post-Hollywood because the sun is going down and it's cooling off much more than it was. So heat builds up from pressure. When we talk about volcanoes and stuff like that, that's the biggest heat, molten lava. It's from pressure in the earth, from pressure in anything else, from friction. Heat is from friction. So if you're doing something, when you're feeling pressure or there's a lot of friction going on, sometimes that heat just builds up and you just can't turn it down. You have to figure out a way to release the pressure, stop the friction, and try and cool things off so that you can think more clearly, because nobody thinks good under this pressure, under this heat. I thought I was going to be away from my show tonight, and so I made all kinds of notes and highlighted some sayings that I wanted to say. Hi Mia, how you doing? You made it. I wasn't late. And so of course I put all that stuff together so that I could take it with me, and I had my magnets that I put together to take with me, and then I left everything home. Because sometimes, when we're thinking clearly, we're not. But I did remember to bring my Mardi Gras beads, so at least I have that. Because that's always the fun. I remembered the fun, and I forgot the boring work stuff. So again, another show off the top of my head. So how do you avoid pressure? What causes pressure, first of all? What causes pressure that makes you feel like you're just, under the gun to get stuff done? One of the things that happens with me is timing, not appreciating how much time things are going to take. And I do more things in a week than most people do in probably a month, which means I do more things in a month than most people do in probably about 6 months. So that's just the way I am. It's the way I've always been. And it doesn't always benefit me. It may sound like, oh yeah, you're getting a lot of stuff done. Oh, I love this fan. I love this being in. This is how the cover girls do it. They by the time the show's over, my hair's going to be 5 times the size as it is now. So I always think I have more time than I actually do, and I never do. And I wake up in the morning and I look around my house and I decide, oh, today's the day I'm going to finally put away that dog cage that I don't need anymore. And I had a very busy week last week. The last 2 weeks have been very busy, and I had a lot of company at my house. And this weekend, finally, I was by myself. I decided not to have any company. I was just and I really enjoyed it. And I had a whole bunch of stuff that I was going to do, and guess what? Didn't do half of it. The dog cage is still sitting in my house. I want to get rid of it. It was for the kitten, and the kitten is now getting big, so I can get rid of the cage. But that's not pressure. That's not anything that's burning up, my brain. It's just evidence of things that you think you're going to get stuff done, and then you don't get stuff done. And that your own inability to keep things moving, keep on swimming, sometimes you just stop or you get distracted, and then the pressure of getting those things done, makes you feel like, you're feeling it. You're feeling the pressure. You're feeling the heat of not getting it done. So pay attention to time. I'm still trying. I'm still working on it. I am getting to work on time, though, which is really important and good for me. And I notice that when I don't get to work on time, it's a mess. So if you know that there's something that you're doing where you're not appreciating how much time it is, like getting ready for work, or even, cooking dinner, or, getting the garbage out by 7:30 in the morning before the garbage men come, try and do what you can to get that stuff done early. Take the garbage out the night before. Whatever it is that you can do to lighten up that pressure of time. Because when you're running out of time, that's when you're going to feel that pressure. So that's one thing that we do to add pressure to ourselves that's unnecessary. Bad timing. Also, a little bit to do with that, trying to do too much stuff at once. That's me. Trying to do too much stuff at once. I don't even make a list because I wouldn't even bother, because I wouldn't get the list done anyway. But just in my mind, thinking about all the things I want to do. If I told you all the stuff I did today, you'd be like, Diana, you're crazy. And then sometimes I end up doing stuff at night. In fact, last night and the night before, this week, I was doing some plantings. Dee's had a half-price sale on all their flowers, and I bought a whole bunch of flowers. And there was no way I was doing all that transplanting in the middle of the day because it was too hot. And I went online and I said, can you transplant flowers at night? And it said, yes, actually you can, and that the flowers like it because then they're not under the pressure of heat and sun to grow and recover from transplanting. So some people even recommended transplanting at night. So last night I was in front of my house till about 11 o'clock at night transplanting flowers. People walking by, people driving by. I'm just like doing this thing. It looks like something that people might be doing in the middle of the day. Not me. I'm doing it at, coming up on midnight, and I'm transplanting flowers. And the place looks great, though. By the time I have everything done and set up, I'm going to be, caught up like that. Instant flowers. That's another thing that I didn't think of that I'm thinking of right now. If there's anything that you can do that can get you from 1 to 10 without skipping all those other steps, like stopping and buying already made food, or having leftovers that, so you don't have to cook. Stuff like that. Ordering stuff already made. Getting flowers that are already grown. I got flowers that are already grown, so I don't have to feel guilty about not planting them from seeds. And guess what? It worked. I have instant garden. So there's another thing that you can do to try and relieve the heat and the pressure from whatever responsibilities you feel like you're doing. Because what happens when we don't do those things sometimes that we feel like we're supposed to be doing, we start feeling guilty. And guilt is a pretty heavy thing that you can carry around with you. Guilt for not getting the stuff done you're supposed to get done. So those are a lot of the things that we do that are against ourselves. Too many things at once, not appreciating enough time. The other thing that happens is that other people sometimes get in our way and absorb our time. So this all has to do with time again. And I'm a very friendly person, and I know a lot of people, and I always like to help people. And sometimes I do that to the extent that I'm helping other people before I'm helping myself, before I'm doing something that I need to do for myself. And that's not a good thing. It causes internal pressure and internal heat that you're not doing the things that you're supposed to be doing for yourself because you're out helping somebody else. And it's hard for me to not help people. In fact, what I'm doing right now, I hope, is helping people. And it's for me too. I really love doing it, but I'm doing it for the purpose of helping other people. And it's just the way I am. But in the last couple of weeks, I started to realize that there were a lot of people that I was trying to help that maybe didn't want my help, or maybe couldn't use my help. There was somebody that I met that I was trying to help, and she didn't want my help. She just wanted to she preferred her life in a more difficult state and didn't want help. And she was a new person that I just met, and I like meeting new people. But I did something that I've never done before, which was I nipped that in the bud because I saw it coming at me. I saw it as something that was going to absorb so much of my time and so much of my energy without really getting anything back. There was, some people you just can't help. They just don't want help. And it hurt. It actually hurt to do that. It hurt to turn my back on somebody and say, you know what, I didn't tell her, you're too far gone, you're too crazy for me. I really don't know how I said it, but I'm sure it wasn't nice to her. But bottom line is, sometimes if you meet somebody new in your life and you know that this person is just going to take me down the wrong road, even if it's a relationship, a boyfriend or girlfriend, and you can tell right away, you know what, this is going to be something that's going to just absorb all of my time and it's not good for me. Have the strength and have the guts to cut it off right away, because the more you invest in that, the more you're going to get like stuck in it, and then the pressure will be on and the heat will be on, and you'll be trying to manipulate everything else in your life to work around something that is really not good for you. So if there's relationships in your life that you see that are not working, cut them out if you can, or lessen them. Sometimes there are people in your life that you think are going to be there for a long time. You think they're there to help, and really in life everybody does what's good for themselves, and everybody should do what's good for themselves. So it's hard sometimes when you count on somebody else who you expect to be there for you, and then all of a sudden they're gone, and you say, wow, didn't see that coming. This person just kind of left, and it's okay. You fill in the blanks and you figure it out on your own. But sometimes other people have things in their life that they need to do for themselves, and you're not the priority. And so you have to appreciate that those people are going to leave your life. And then there's other people that come into your life from a long time ago. Now, I was just talking about Ginny and Charlie Caputo. You guys got to be my oldest friends on this Facebook thing. Facebook has amazed me beyond anything I can say. So Ginny and Charlie Caputo know me when I was a baby. I was an infant, and they knew me, and here they are watching me all these years later. And then I have my friend Linda. I'm going to just say on camera. Where is she? There she is, Linda. Now here's the funny thing. Linda and I were best friends in junior high school. In high school, we lived right up the block from each other. And I guess I went to college and she went to college. So after we graduated from high school, what stopped us? Any idea? We don't even know. But here it is all these years later, and now Facebook has brought us back together.
Yay.
Yay.
Sorry, had to do that.
And you know what? I feel like I'm 18 again. It's kind of strange. I feel like, this is a person in my life that you just feel so comfortable with somebody, and you just think like, oh yeah, well, there's no brainer. I'll see Linda this weekend. Just like your best friend. All right, she lived up the block from me, right? So it's like, oh, it's your best friend. You're going to see her because she's right up the block, and you're just going to walk up the block, and there she is, or you're going to meet at the bus stop or whatever. And it's that kind of like carefree kind of best friend feeling that you have when you're a teenager. I don't know what teenagers do these days. I think there's a lot of heat that they're under, but it's kind of good to be open to people that come back in your life. People that were gone for a while and then they're back in your life. Or somebody maybe that you had a disagreement with, and then all of a sudden they're back in your life, and you can kind of just forget about all the missed time and just go back to the time that you felt comfortable together, the time that you felt relaxed and easy. Everything was easy. Everything was easy when we were 18. I think. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just remembering differently, but I'm sure we had a lot of pressure back then. I'm sure. But the point is, you have to go with the flow, and you have to pay attention to what's going on at the same time. Now, I am in a community of people through the Matrix, Bob Proctor Matrix, which I went to a year ago, and I noticed that on my Facebook, they all talk to each other. And whenever I see new friends that I have that come up on my feed, like, do you want to be friends with this one? And we have like mutual friends, like 235 mutual friends. I always know that those people are the people that are related to the Bob Proctor Matrix people, because there's just so many of them, and they're just clicking and they're just staying in touch with each other. And so I will add anybody that I see has like 200 friends, 130, even if it's like 90. If it's 90 friends, then I know they're part of that crowd. And so I'll add them in because I know that they all have positivity and they have good flowing feelings, and they're going to be posting good things on Facebook, not politics and stories of abuse or bad stuff like that. Because a lot of people like to post that. I don't know why. I certainly don't like to wake up in the morning and see negativity. I posted some baby donkeys sleeping in the heat the other day. It was adorable. And some other, great stuff, pretty flowers, pretty sunsets, things that make you feel good. And that's what I'm always going to get when I click those friends that, there was a lady that had 500 friends, 500 mutual friends. I only have 1,500 friends on my other Facebook page. So 500, that's like a third of the people that she knows. And there was this, somebody wrote this thing, and I'm always looking at their positive messages. And Ben Bennett, I'm going to try and remember his Bennit, and he wrote something that was really great, and it went like this: you can't always change the people around you, but you can always change the people around you. Now, I hope I'm saying it right. You can't always change the people around you, but you can always change the people around you. And I just love it. I think it's great. And I've been thinking about it for days. It's so true. Because when you're trying to change people around you, make them do what you want them to do, make them stay when they want to go, make them feel better about themselves when they are insistent on just being negative and feeling bad about themselves. When you can't always change those people. You can't always change the people that are around you. They're going to do what they want to do. They're going to feel the way they feel because they think they're doing what's best for them. Even if you don't think it's best for them, it doesn't matter. They're going to do what's best for them. And you can't change that. And it's hard sometimes because we want to keep people around us for our benefit, for what we think is our good. We want to keep people, helping themselves to do stuff that we think is better for them. And in the end, you can't change people around you because they have to walk their own path. But you can change the people that are around you. So that means you can let those people go. You can let go of that person who you just met, who is obviously going to drain your energy, and you're not going to get anything in return. And I'm glad that I picked up. I feel bad about it. I hope I didn't hurt that lady's feelings, but I probably did. Because, I'm not subtle. I don't have time for subtlety. But, there go my glasses. So, you can't change those people, but you can change those people. So I changed her out of my life. I got rid of her out of my life. And then, somebody else that was in my life that, went on their own way and didn't, is not around me anymore on a daily face-to-face level. You have to let that person go. And you change the people in your life. You have to let them go if they don't want to be there or if you don't want them there. And then you substitute in better people. I don't want to say better people, other people. You substitute in other people. Like an old friend that you know from high school that all of a sudden comes back in your life, and it's like, all those years melted away. And it's great because, you just wake up in the morning. It's like, I don't know how to say it. It's like just calling your best friend and saying, hey, what's going on? And it's like talking about boys and talking about doing our hair, and I just got new makeup, Sorry, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about, I don't know what you're talking about. But, things in your life that are just fun and lighthearted. And then, I changed the people in my life by clicking on all those new friends on Facebook, the people that I don't even know these people, okay? I don't even know them. I just know that we have 200 mutual friends or 300 mutual friends or 500 mutual friends, which means they are going to be in that group of people with positive energy, and they just may leave like a message, posting on Facebook, happy things. This guy with the, you can't change people. What is it? I'm going to mess it up. You can't change the people that are around you. can't always change the people that are around you, but you can always change the people that are around you. It's really genius if you think about it. And it's really the way we should be living. Don't try and change any other people around you. Instead, let those people go. Let them be what they want to be. Let them do what they want to do without you. And then put in other people in their place. And put in positive people. Put in people that are maybe going to work better, in your business life. People that are going to work better in your social life, in your private life, in your have fun life. And then you'll find that you're having more fun with the people that are working better in your life. And it's really the people in our lives that cause the most pressure, I think. We cause pressure to ourselves, but it's easy to forgive yourself for saying, oh, what was I thinking, trying to get all that laundry done in one day, or I should have known better than to try and, mop the floor or clean the sink before I went to work, and now I'm late. So, we can blame ourselves a little bit for the things we do to ourselves. But when we're dealing with the other people, it's harder to realize that they're not good for us and that they have to go. They have to go. People that tell you what you can do and what you can't do. Lots of times I don't even tell people what I'm doing because I don't want to hear anybody say, Diana, what are you, crazy? You can't do that. Of course, whenever anybody says to me something like, are you crazy? You can't do that. Then it only really inspires me to prove them wrong. One of my biggest motivations is when somebody tells me I can't do something. And then I'm like, yeah, you think so? You think I can't do that? Well, watch. Because I am going to do it. And then you'll say, hey, you know what? I was wrong. She did it. Just because I like a challenge. I like challenging things. My life is full of challenging things. And I overcome them one at a time, or, as best as I can. Here I am getting ready for my show, and I'm like, will I try and make it home before the show? And then I realized that was one of those stupid self-imposed pressure things that I put on myself, but instead, so now I'm here. Here in the fan, on this beautiful, you can see how gorgeous it is. Just gorgeous waterfront. And then here's now I'm going to be very dark because, you can't even, there you go. Look at that sunset. Beautiful. Beautiful sunset. So I was going to consider putting the pressure on myself to leave and get home by 8 o'clock so that I could do the show from home. And then I let myself off the hook. So let yourself off the hook for the things you put pressure on yourself. Let the people that want to leave your life leave. There's nothing you can do. If you try and make them stay, they're going to be miserable and you're going to be miserable. So let them go. And you never know. Sometimes people will come back in your life. Sometimes people like short-term, long-term. And then be open to people coming back in your life. Like I said, the Facebook thing. There's been a few people that I've reached out to on Facebook just to say hi. People I thought I would knew forever, and after a while it's like, hey, I wonder if this person's on Facebook. It's like ding ding ding. It's like, oh my gosh, there she is. My friend, a girl that I know named B, Saravello. I thought we'd be friends forever. And then we were young and whatever in our 20s, and lives just went different directions, and we lost touch. And I just clicked, like hello to you. I saw a flower that reminded of something that we were at a house when we were on vacation. There was this beautiful flower, and I saw it in the growing somewhere, and I thought, gee, that reminds me of B. Saravello, and I clicked on, and I found her. And I just said hi. I haven't spoken to her since, so, it's not like I just reached out, and it just felt good. It just felt good to know that, sometimes people you think who are gone in your lives are still there. So if you think that there's somebody that's like that in your life, just reach out. Reach out to them. Reach out to somebody that, that you haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe these people that you haven't spoken to in a while, maybe their lives have changed. Maybe they're different. Maybe they have a different appreciation for things that are going on, and they may be able to contribute to your life now that time has passed. So the important thing about the people in your life that give you pressure and that turn the heat on for you and make you feel guilty is you have to let them go. Everybody knows my Maslow saying. I am independent of the good opinions of other people. So if people are telling you can't do stuff, you could thank them for their opinion and then carry on and do whatever else you want to do. And block out the people that tell you you can't do stuff. If you have something you want to do, take a trip to Australia on 1 month's notice. That's something I could do. Oh, Ginny, I love you. Ginny, it must be so amazing to see me now. She must have saw me taking my first steps and probably saying my first words. And now here I am all these years later and I can't shut up. Ginny, I got to get Lisa on here. I'm in Lindenhurst right now. I think Lisa lives in where? Massapequa? She's going to be next on my list. Wow. Me and Lisa used to love to walk to school together. That's what I remember about Lisa. We would always walk to school. That was when I was in Brooklyn. Lisa Caputo. Linda's like, Lisa. I don't know Lisa. No, Lisa's from...
School.
I know, school. My elementary school, PS 203. That's how far back you can go to find those good feelings and those good people that made you feel good when you were young. So reach out and find them now. It's okay. And, Kathy, your son just got married. Look at that. Now there's a way to get people in your life. Whether you like it or not, people getting married. Now there's a whole new family that's in. And hopefully you can find, common things with each other and block out the people. Going to weddings. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I'm not invited to a lot of weddings. Because that's where people get together and they haven't seen you in so long. And most people are negative. Let's face it. Most people are negative and they're going to say something critical. They're going to say something like, oh, you put on weight, or, I haven't seen you in so long. You look like hell, or, whatever people say. They're so rude. People don't even understand how rude they are. And sometimes they're doing it just to make themselves feel better. Unfortunately, people, instead of giving compliments, will tell you something that's negative because it makes them feel better about themselves. So here's the point. Take a close look at the people who are in your life. And if they are not adding to your life, change them out. Okay? Stop trying to change the people that are in your life, because they're never going to change. And you can't always change the people in your life. And start changing the people in your life. Get rid of that old dead weight and meet new people. Bring back old friends. Eee, my old friend. So amazing. So funny, because I woke up this morning and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing today, but I know I'm going to go see Linda. So, it was just meanwhile, a month, like maybe it's been a couple of months since we've been in constant contact, except for Facebook. But now seeing each other all the time is just so much more fun, because I took the time to appreciate time. And time is really the only thing that's really valuable. There's so much abundance. I talk about abundance, in wherever. Go to Costco, go, shopping for cars or whatever you want to do. There's so much abundance out there. But abundance of time is not something that we have. 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, it's limited. And when you can appreciate that your time is limited, then maybe you could start to appreciate that the things that you do with your time have to be really valuable. And they have to be stuff that works for you. Stop wasting your time helping other people that don't want your help, being with other people that bring you down, talking to people that are negative about your things, the things you can do. And sometimes we can't get away from those people all the time. Somebody said to me once, "So what am I supposed to do if it's my son or my wife or my husband?" And you could say, well, you can take their opinion, but don't take it to heart. You can listen to what they say and then go, and then appreciate. Go look in the mirror. Go look in the mirror and say, you know what? She just said that I can't do something, but I'm looking in the mirror at me and I know I can do it. And I'm not going to let that opinion affect me. Kathy, I see we're from Brooklyn. When you're from Brooklyn, it's a special bond. Because people from Brooklyn, nobody ever told us what we could and couldn't do. They could tell us whatever they wanted. We just did what we wanted to do. And I said that the other day. I was driving with somebody and I commented that, a lot of people always tell me, I can't do this, I can't do that. They try and tell me how I should do something. And I say, oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, thank you very much. And then I just go do what I want to do. So be nice to people who think that they're helping you. If you can't get them out of your life, if it's a family member or something that's going to be in your life forever, someone through a marriage or something like that, or kinship, be nice to them, and then go look in the mirror and tell yourself they don't know you. They only know themselves. Most people will tell you that you can't do something because they can't do it. They don't want to think that, somebody else can do something very simply and they can't do it. They have a difficult time doing it. So a lot of people tell you stuff you can't do because they can't do it. So say, okay, I'll consider that. Thank you very much. And then go look at yourself in the mirror and say, yeah, no, I can do this. I have so much stuff on my plate right now. And it's actually good because what it's doing is the heat is on, the pressure's on to get stuff done, and it's making me cut out the fat, cut out the wasted time, cut out the stuff that I really don't need to do. Do fast track. If you can do something in a microwave minute, do it in a microwave minute. If something takes a slow cooker, then you got to give that the time and do the slow cooker. But pay attention to the things that you're doing, and you'll be able to rearrange your time. Your time is the most valuable thing. So spend it on things that you want to do for yourself. The best time that I have, honestly, is when I'm alone. A lot of people don't like being alone. A lot of people have a difficult time being alone or thinking. And it takes me some time also. If, I woke up yesterday morning and I'm like, oh, I don't have any plans. Nobody's coming over. I'm not supposed to see anybody today. What should I do? Should I call someone? Should I go look for somebody? What the heck? Sorry, a little bug went by. And it's hard to appreciate that. No, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to be by myself. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to look at something online that I've been meaning to look at. I'm going to draw. I'm going to paint. I'm going to garden. Whatever it is that you want to do for yourself that makes you feel good, spending time with yourself is really valuable. Because then you start to see about all the time that you're wasting, all the time you're wasting with other people. It doesn't really sound nice. But sometimes we do waste a lot of time with other people. So spend time with yourself, appreciate that. And then when you're going to spend the time with the other people, make sure it's quality people. What do they say? OQP, only quality people. That's it. Spend the time with quality people. And drop the people that are not bringing you happiness and joy, that are just giving you nothing but aggravation. Get them out of your lives. Slowly if you can, quickly if you can. They won't even realize it, because you know what? Once you stop hanging around with them because they're aggravating you, they're just going to go find somebody else to aggravate. Because it's like anything. If they're the magnet that I don't have with me, they're the magnet that's looking for the negative side of something. And as long as you feed into that, they're going to keep giving you the negative. So you cut them off and they'll go find somebody else. They'll magnetize to somebody else and bring somebody else negative energy. And you won't have that anymore. And you'll open up space and time in your life for things that are going to benefit you and people that are going to benefit you. And that's always good, because when you're focusing on yourself and what you want, and you appreciate the time that it takes to do stuff, then you can take action. You can take action to be in the place that you want to be. And you can take action to cut out the things that are not serving you. I have a friend who insists on cleaning her own house. And I have a friend who cleans her own house, and the place is spick and span spotless. I went in and I said, oh my God, who's your cleaning lady? This place is amazing. And she's like, I clean my house myself. I was like, what? It was like a 4-bedroom house. I'm like, where do you find time to do that? But to her, it was not a problem. She just did it. And she didn't see it as something that took time, because she did it herself and it was not a problem. So my other friend, who complains about cleaning her house all the time, oh, fireworks are going off. Oh, I got to clean my house. It took me all day to clean my house. Well, you know what? That time is valuable. And if you're helping somebody else in the community who does house cleaning, I recommend my house cleaner. My neighbor across the street uses her. My aunt is using her. And, it helps, because it's like 5 or 6 hours out of my day that somebody else is doing. and I don't have to worry about it. And also, I wouldn't do it till it's done. I would stop after like 3 hours. I would do the kitchen and not do the bathroom, or start with the bathroom and be like, oh, I'm so done with cleaning, and not do the kitchen. When you have somebody else that does it, they come in and they finish the job. So if there's things in your life where have somebody else mow your lawn, drive your car through the car wash instead of washing it yourself outside for an hour. And there are people that love to wash their car. If that's you, if you love to wash your own car, go ahead, wash your own car. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you think about the things that you can minimize time, and then free up other time that you can use for yourself. Kathy, I see you love your alone space. I had so much company in the last 2 weeks. I was just like, I'm not doing anything this week. And a friend of mine wanted to come out this weekend to the beach. And it's 100 degrees. And I'm like saying to myself, yeah, I am not going to entertain guests in 100-degree weather. I just didn't have the patience. I knew it wasn't going to work. So she took another offer, and she was out boating. I saw her on Facebook, and she was having a great time boating. So I'm glad that worked for her. And, she didn't think anything of it when I said I was, not available. Because you can say that. You can say that to people. You can say, I am not available. Just because you want to be available for yourself. You want to be in your own space. My friend Linda is here in a new, beautiful house. And I know she just loves being here, And it's beautiful. It's beautiful, so beautiful. I came here to do the Happy Lawyer from the... Oh my gosh, look, we got ducks.
You can do it every day.
Now look at this. She's redoing the whole place. Look, there she is. It is beautiful. Yeah, we're and she's redecorating her house, and she said we're looking at pictures of stuff, and it's fun. It's just fun stuff, because not everything has to be serious, and what are we going to do next, and everything is stressful and pressure filled, and the heat is on. Sometimes even in 100 degrees, you can be by yourself and be cool, or you can be with a friend and be cool. And that's what you have to pay attention to. Remember my story about the guru on the second floor about your face is your filter. Pay attention to what's coming into your life. Pay attention to what you're looking at, what you're listening to, the people that you're spending time with, all of that stuff, because that is going to directly relate to how you treat yourself. And if you don't respect your own time and you're wasting it with people who are not benefiting you, then you're not respecting yourself. I know it sounds kind of harsh and kind of cruel, but be picky. Be picky for yourself. And stop trying to change other people. It's not going to work. I've been trying it forever. And believe me, it doesn't work. Look how big my hair is getting. And change the people in your life if they're not helping you. Oh my gosh, it's too much reading. Linda's going to put something on. So just remember, you can't always change the people in your life, but you can always change the people in your life. Say it over and over, because it's really valuable stuff. And as you do that, wow, the sunset is amazing here. As you do that, you're going to free up time for yourself. Yeah, you only have one life to live, and enjoy it. There was a thing going on today right up the block from me. Out of nowhere, I heard Mardi Gras music. I ran outside, and there was a second line parade going on down the block. And I joined, and I paraded with them. It's up on my Diana G. and Turco Facebook, my private page. And it turned out it was for a guy who passed away suddenly. And his friends got together and did a second line dance for him. We never know what's going to happen in life. So if there's something that you want to do, like go snorkel the Great Barrier Reef, I'm on the 12-day countdown. I hope that, I don't know if I can take my camera underwater, but I have a GoPro I'll take underwater, and I'll do the Diana the Happy Lawyer from underwater at the Great Barrier Reef, because that would really be fun. I don't know what time it's going to be. It might be 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. Yeah, life is too short. Kathy, you're right. You got to enjoy your life and do whatever you want to do, and cut out that dead weight people. All right, so the sun's going down, which means it's probably time.
8:40.
Oh my God, 8:40. I just see, Ginny. Did I talk this much when I was a kid? Because I don't remember, but I talk a lot now. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And have a great week this week. Evaluate the people in your life and see if there's some people that you can't change, and then change them. Change them out.
Thanks for coming over.
Linda's happy that I'm here.
Thanks for coming over, people.
I didn't walk in 10 minutes and say, I got to go home because I got to be in my house a happy lawyer. I just came right in. So, I love you all, and love is all you need. I'll see you next week. Same time, same channel. Bye. Bye. Yes. Ginny, are you saying yes? I did talk loud when I was saying